Hello, IK here. Create new post. Here it is. Submit. This is important. Submit. It is event. And also, typing in title input box, typing in text area is also event. We typing, it is happening something. And that text, what we type, must be memorized, must be invariable. And also content must be invariable. And after finished our typing title and content, that it is it is memorized in some variable. We will see in code what is it that variable. That variable is abstraction. In all our scripting is abstraction, and it means our real text, physical text, what we typed is in abstraction, in variable, title, content. And the moment when we click submit, it is on click moment. It is on click event. And that event call some event handler. And event handler start to other needed functionality to create job, concretely to create new post. Where create new post? Create new post in database. In our situation, create new post in mock server. Mock server has own software. What not interested us, that software communicate with our user interface, with our React, communicate through API. We call that API. We don't call it protocol. And protocol is hypertext transfer protocol. But API is a layer on, in this situation, on hypertext transfer protocol. It is one layer plus on top of the hypertext transfer protocol. It is a API. It is communication application interface API acronym. And who create that API? Create mock server. It is business of somewhere, and created mock server and give us for free that mock server in the internet. And that server, again, there is a software. That software received our request. It means in that request, go variable value, title, and content, go in a request, axios.post request, and the title and content go to coming in mock server, and mock server save it, software save it in array post with other post. How not interested us. Only is important that that server save our title and content, our new post. And always server is that what create ID. And the server responds two requests, response to our React, to our user interface. And in that response, object response, there is a data, and that data is ID, title, and content. Server create ID and send us in response title, ID, title, and content. And our asynchronous request return promise object, and promise object return as ID, title, and ID, title, and content, complete new post. It is object. And that new post, new edit post exists on the server, but now we must include that received data, ID, title, content, include in our existing post. What it means, it is this. We have title, content, update, delete. It is for one post. Second post, A, update, delete. Post again, A, update, delete. Again, A, update, delete. It is a list of posts. Every post there is update, delete, and delete, and etc. until down. It is a list. But now, when I push submit, I will see on the user interface one post more, one more post. Who take care about that? Take care our React Redux application. Our React Redux application must receive response data from promise, asynchronous request and promise, and must to know what to do that we see new post on the screen. Let's get submit. We see loading, 3 dot sometimes, and why we see at first loading. Again, post n and type text. A lot of contest, more contest. Now look at loading. Loading. And we see all other posts, all existing posts, actual posts. But now we need the loading we see in time, that time need for asynchronous request. It is, we need some time for that. Asynchronous request means outside effect. And when is something outside effect, we don't know the timing of that. How time we need for that process, because it depends about connection with our browser, connection, our application, connection with the remote mock server, and all what happened in their communication. Okay, post. It means after submit, we see loading, and after some time, if all is okay, here is all is okay, we see that new post. New post. To learn anything, we must know context. Context in which our learning happen. And after that we can go inside and learn process from beginning to end. I now spoke in this video about add new post. It is features. We can, in this application, we have 4 features. And when we sell software, we offer features. Our software can add new post, delete post, update post, and read post. And concretely here, not designed, only script, simplest as possible, because we here learning script, learn programmed it. And all that together, of course, with other layers like security and maintainability, usability, etc. It is all features. It is all resource of our. But go back to features. This our application. There is a 4 features, and I spoke now about 1 features. Add new post, and that 4 features is for data to save data on the remote server, update data on remote server, delete data on the remote server, and read data from remote server. It means we are anywhere in the world, connect with some server anywhere in the world, and we have complete control on our data. Even we 1,000 miles remote from our data. And of course, it is packaged in security, and it functions like that. And I must explain, I want to explain 4 features. 1 feature is explained in video before. It was about read. In this video, I want to explain add new post features, add new post functionality. And here it is at first users visibility from users point of visibility of and interaction, users interactions with user interface. And we spoke now about all beginning with after read and after we see in, user interface in front of us on the screen, we see that we can add, that we have form for add new post. We test it, and after that we click submit, and I must go in analyze in code, analyze all this from form position, because I type title and I type content, and before click submit, and I must go to see where it is, title and content. Let's get see. Let's get see. And here is application 400, no, 400, 470. 470. It is 470. I must find the form. It is add post form, left side, add post form. Click, and here it is, add post form. Remove this pane for orders. Here it is, add post form. Okay. And look at, we need a variable for save title and content. We declare it. We declare it. Is loading, state is loading, is important to us for permit or not permit click to save button. What it means? It means when we one time click on submit after writing title and content, same moment must be impossible, impossible to click again on submit. Because we have time of waiting, we have time of loading. And in that period, clicking more times on the submit means more times send same post or some other problems. And because of that, immediately after click submit, we must call on click event, on click handler, etc. And in that handler must at first set is loading set to true. Now initial value is set to false. Initial value. It means we can click on the submit. But immediately after that, handler at first what must do is block possibility to click on the submit. How? Set function, set is loading, change value of a variable is loading from false to true. When process finished, and when we have a post, new post visible on the screen, it is end of story. That moment, after that moment, not before, after that moment, again, set is loading function, change value of state is loading from true to false. And again, we can click on use our form and type title, type content, and on click on submit button. Okay, it is the structured assignment. Here is a hook or function use state. Initial value is empty title, and the structure creates an array with two members, variable title and function set title. Function set title is like name said, is function what will set title variable. It means what will change title variable. And all it is like this because of immutable way of changes. Use state take care that changes would be immutable way. And immutable way we use in React because it is less possibility for bugs. Less possibility for bugs. We declare that function, that variable and function at first in functional component AddPostForm. You see, add new post is something important, and it coming from outside. From outside, AddPostForm is function. equal arrow function, and that arrow function there is a parameter in curly brackets. It means it is object, concretely value, concretely object would be like parameter, and it means that it props coming from context, from around, from context. What is context of AddPostForm? It is post list, because AddPostForm is a child of post list. Here in this application, 470. In other application, Tank, AddPostForm is child of app. Here we constructed that AddPostForm is child of post, and visually in the user interface it is the same. We see AddPostForm and we see post list below of it. And in any case, we must know who is parents, what is environment of AddPostForm. Environment is a lexical environment. Around AddPostForm is function post list, and data flow in React go from upper level to lower level, from parents to child, and add new post coming here from post, coming here inside of this function, coming from post list. What is it? Add post. What is it? It is a value of props. It is a reference of something. We will see, does it object or it is object? Of course, we don't see it is object, but object is function. And it coming like reference. Reference can be by value and by reference. Here is by reference function from post list coming here by reference. It is a reference, and that we at AddPostForm there is a props add new post. Here, like parameter, can only go props. It is short of properties. Props, and the name of that props is add new post. But what is the value of add new post? We will see. But I can say value of add new post is in curly brackets, equal curly brackets. We call that okay, we can see. Let's get to post list. Post list, return. Look at, in the beginning is AddPostForm. Our properties name is add new post, but value is reference. It is reference. Handle add new post. Handle add new post. It is function. We will see it is function. Here is syntax like object. Handle add new post. And add a new post is props, and we must write props, not reference. Reference is value of props. Handle add new post. Reference, it is reference of our function. It is not a calling of our function. It is reference, and that reference like value in variable add new post coming in function add post form. Go back to add post form. Add post form is something what first happened, and we must look at in that and explain that. Okay, add post form means there is a state. It is local state. State and content, it is a local state. Where it is that local state in here is declare names, title, set title, and declare and assignment, instantiate, use state function, give a value empty, title is empty variable, and set title is function what will change that. And same is content, and content is also empty initial value, and function would change it. Also is loading, set is loading. Title and content will have some text, some string like value, and is loading is 1 0 false true. It is we call that flags or some mark. It is like flag, you know, in some jobs people must up a flag to say stop traffic, and when push down flag, traffic can go, etc. For a synchronized job. Also here is loading, it is flag to stop clicking on the button, stop possibility clicking to submit button of form, and loading and the flags push down means okay, free clicking on the submit button. And now I want to see submit. We see title and content, but before that I must see where it is title and content locate in return. Here it is. Return, we have input. We have a form. We have input HTML element. Form is HTML element. There is input and text area. And the input, we have a value. It means that HTML element input, there is an attribute. Every HTML element can have attribute. When we spoke about here it is, I must go to post list, for example, post list. Here it is, a React element, React difference. This is HTML element. This is HTML element. What is difference? Difference that React element begin with capital letters. HTML element begin with small case. It is one difference. Second difference, that add a new post is properties, short props. And in HTML element, key is attribute. Attribute. Button, HTML element. onClick is attribute. OnClick is attribute. Why this difference? Properties attribute. AddPostForm. Write it like this means calling that function. It is syntax for call functional component. We cannot call functional component like this. Like this. No, never. We can call them only in this syntax, add post form. In this syntax, and this is props because React element application React see as object. See as object. It means that every component, functional component, is object. And it seems that here we have object-oriented programming. Object encapsulate properties and function. And we are in same position, in same environment of programming here, like before in object-oriented. But yes, it is, but in a declarative paradigm, not imperative. Imperative paradigm we all write. In declarative paradigm, we write only our goals, what we want, but know how we go there. And it is because we have big confusion. I will said here, and look at, it is object, it is properties, short props. Properties, there is a value, here is a reference to function handle add new post. This reference coming here like props add new post, because AddPostForm is child of post list. Here it is post list, but it means that here must be handle, yes, here it is, handle add new post. You see that function, we declare variable handle add new post, and we said that variable equal arrow function. Handle add new post is variable or object, but equal arrow function. Because of that, function equal object, object equal arrow function. But it is very important for React because instead of calling function, we calling reference. This is reference of function. There is no parenthesis. There is a reference. And it is not would be called every time when processing. With parentheses, it would be activate in any rendering, because rendering is processing everything in that row by row in that component. But when there is no parenthesis, no starting function, and handle add new post would be started only when would be called from inside of component. Okay, we will see how, etc. And that handle post, take new post. It is where there is no curly brackets. It means we can write what we want, but name what said something is a new post. Okay, it is new post. And it would be ID title content. We send to server title content, but back we received ID title content. And the new post would be ID title content, and the function set post in here is in parameter is array. Here is operator for copy, 3 dots, copy post, comma, new post. It is new array with all origin, all actual post, and here is a new post. It is a poor function, set post. It means cannot be outside effect. It is post our actual post and new post coming from request response. And cannot set post is a poor function. It means there is no possibility of outside effect. It is also some encapsulation and cannot be bugs. Can be bugs, but less than when we have outside effect. And now we must see who called this function. Now we are in post list, and from post list we this reference would be value return pardon in post list return here it is would be value handle add new post would be value of post of add new post would be equal value reference handle add new post. But look at now, we must before handle add new post, before use these props, before call that add new post, we must have asynchron request response where it is. Okay, let's get to see AddPostForm. Let's get go to AddPostForm. Open AddPostForm. There would be add new post and AddPostForm. We open AddPostForm. AddPostForm. We go to on-click. Go to see on-click. Here it is. We explained that value is attribute of input element attribute, and that value attribute of this input is in curly brackets. It is title. When it's in curly brackets, we cannot write something other. It is concretely title. Where it is declared, here it is. Title here. Here is declared. And that title is empty variable, nothing. It is input. But this input, there is also uh, event, on change event. On change event is event of JavaScript, and it is interesting that now inside of input, it was before JS6. It was from beginning that we event of JavaScript write directly incorporate inside of HTML with nothing. It is because JavaScript from beginning is for manipulation of HTML elements, and on change is event of JavaScript in grammar of JavaScript. But here it is in HTML element on change name, and it is attribute of HTML element input attribute. Placeholder equal title, you see it is attribute with value title, what we see before typing in input. It is for instructions what to do, type title. Okay, on change is very interesting. When we type first letters in title, we activate on change. Our typing, every letters, event on change would be activated, would be registered. How? On change attribute equal arrow function. Arrow function. That arrow function, there is a parameter e event. We can write what we want because it is not inside curly bracket. But we want, it is usefulness of all to write E like first letter of word event. Event. It means which event on change. On change event is happened. When event on change happened, we have parameter E true, and in body of this arrow function, we have a set title function, and the parameter of that is event. Event is object, and dot target is properties of that object, and concretely, what is the value of event object here? Value is on change. On change, happen on change. We have one letters in title. That input was empty, title was empty. Now we have one letter, and on change happened. And here in parameter, this event object must go from always what we write in parameter must go in body. And here in body, that event is object, and there is every event, there is a target, properties target, properties target. And concretely, in this situation, what is target? Target is always input, is always domicile HTML, host HTML. In this situation, it is input. It means E on change dot input dot value. What is value? Value now that letters, what we type. That letters, what we type. And immediately this attribute have a new value, letters, one letters. And all that we can see in right parameter after F12 in console log, etc. We type second letters, third letters, we type fast as we want. On changes after every letters on change happen, and on change equal arrow function, and every letters is saved. Where it is saved, it is saved this in this variable title, what we declare in beginning. Set title changes title by immutable way. Again, we don't know code of set title. We don't know code of use state hook and other hooks. We don't know because it is not important for us. But because in like beginner coming here from PHP and other imperative paradigm programming, they are confused because don't see path, don't see code, don't see syntax of all others, of so many important things like set title. But when we practice a little, and maybe by help of my explanation, you will like React. And because you understand what is behind it. And on change, event, always call event handler. And event handler here is arrow function. Handler. And event handler is always function. Handler function. Properties is something static, object is something static, but when something we must handle, it must be function. And here is arrow function. And this arrow function is always like that for on change. For on change. Because the function means domicile host HTML input, means event on change means domicile host HTML element input, and value is letters, first letter, second, and all that letters by letters all together always go to title, and after some time when we finished we have complete text in input. I don't explain anything here. Text area is HTML element. Again, placeholder attribute, on change attribute. It is event of JavaScript. Value equal content variable, content variable, content object. And on change is equal arrow function. Event call event handler. Event handler is the same as for input, but set content, of course, here is a function. There was a set title, here is a set content, and the parameter is e.target.value. Target, what here is target? It is host HTML, it is domicile text area. Where we declare set content, we declare in the beginning here set content and set title. with practice, you liked this structured assignment because it is so simple. In one row, we have two items for directly user, title and set title. We have a title variable and set title reference for function set title. And we use it in our programming. Okay, it is all happen before we click on submit. And now we can go to button submit and to see event on click what call, what it is event handler, what call on submit. Let's get to see on submit. It is in return. It is in our user interface, HTML. Button submit. Here it is. It is type submit. Here we see submit. Below, immediately below text area, we have this logical construction. AND door, we call it. AND. This is logical operator AND. And this logic here means both sides of operator AND must be 1. And is loading 1, if it is 1. And this also, script like this is also 1. It is not variable. It is HTML heading 1. And it would be happened, would be visible if is loading is 1. It is if else also. It is kind of writing if else or ternary operator with question mark. What means is loading, question mark, age 1 loading age 1. And it is other very, very simplest. It is simplest than question mark, and very, very simplest way than if else structure. Okay, nothing. And it is only means that is loading 1, we will see loading text formatted on heading 1 size. It is only by the way, but what interests us is button. Button type submit. But where is where is handler? That button must call handler, event handler. We submit, we on click. Where is on click? Here we use form event on submit. All that event is JavaScript original event and built-in JavaScript. But here is a mix with HTML without any helper sign, etc. It is from beginning of JavaScript. It is not new in JS6, JavaScript extension. Sometimes you see JavaScript XML. I like extension. And here it is on the screen. You see in JavaScript extension together JavaScript and HTML. Because this file, there is extension JS.js. And because of that extension, that JavaScript, that file go in process like JavaScript X extension. and must go from here, this form mix statement must coming to through JavaScript engine, what is JavaScript virtual machine, through that until assembly form machine language and would be executed in processor. Okay. I little give context and must be back. Okay. Type submit means that we use on submit. On submit. Button submit give open possibility on click give to form. And the form on submit call handle submit. It is reference, called reference for handle submit, call function handle submit, call handle submit is event handler. What is event here? Event here is on submit, and that event is always event of form. On click is event of button. Okay, let's go follow this reference. What to do? What does this reference handle submit? Here it is, handle submit. We declare reference, we declare variable, we declare object, handle submit, and that object equal arrow function. And at first, in that first statement in that arrow function, here is arrow function in body, we have statement like we need, and first statement is event. In this situation, event is on submit. That event on submit is object. There is that object. There is a method. Method prevent fault. Prevent fault. Name said what it is, and here it's parenthesis. It means would be called that method after calling handler submit immediately at first call this function. It means that prevent default means not work by the form default. How form default send in oven arrange send the data in this situation titling content send through HTTP protocol, hypertext transfer protocol, send it like title, like content through if method is get, and if method is post, send it through that protocol, but invisible in address. And it is default form handle, how form handle value. But here we want that title and content to variable. We incorporate in our React abstraction in this component. This script is abstraction, and we want to control that and manage that variable title and content for. We want to manage in our own React script. And because of that, we stop with this function, with this method. We stop default, prevent default execution on submit form. And after that, we call, look at call function. And we need syntax for syntax of call function is not die here. All what we have before we have all here, but not all, not entire. We see only some short code. We see only what we want. We code only what we want. And we want call post data function. And that post data function, let's get C, post data function. Okay, post data function is all other, and it is a finished job for this video. Not for this video, for this 470 application, React without Redux. It is React without Redux. And post data, we declare post data here. It is again, we declare reference of asynchron function, asynchron arrow function parameter nothing. And in body, what happened in body when we call it? Set is loading true. What I said you. At first, block the submit button. Nobody can again activate submit button. Submit button is dead after this. Set is loading true. You know, because it is because of this is loading one, and we will see loading h1 is loading. Because of this, we immediately convert it, change its value from false to true. Excellent. Set is loading true. That flex is on the true. Flex is no, I said that when they take up flex, that is stop traffic on the street. No, when they push down flex, stop traffic on push down, and when they bring up flags, traffic is continue. Okay, it is bring up flags, traffic can go. In this situation, if traffic is pushed on the button, it is stopped. Okay, but it means that this code go ahead, and after this true code go ahead. Nobody stop this code. This code execute, it is asynchron, and of course try catch is a structure for exception, for catch exception if error happened in this this all code until here. And why we try catch use? We try catch use that the user on the screen don't see uncaught error. And all our code what include in it. It is a black screen with uncaught error, and it is broken. User don't know what to do, and must push down, switch off complete computer to start programs again, etc., etc. And also see our code on the screen, and possibility of error, and what not interested him. And when we have this try catch, it would not be happened, but we will see with this, we will see error on the screen or here in console, error and that error would be user friendly. It would be say, oh, sorry, something wrong, text, and it's okay. User can go ahead, refresh application, get back, etc., etc. It is try-catch structure. It is not something from beginning of programming in this way or in this syntax or other kind of syntax. And inside that structure, with try-catch, we uh, take care about all script inside of that structure. And here it is, we declare response object. It is equal, it would be equal, it would be equal data what coming from server. And but first, of course, we have await. It is coming in pair with async. Async means that JavaScript go out of JavaScript is single thread, synchronized, single thread. But now is this part of coding go out of the JavaScript, and nobody know when that process would be finished and when finished. At first, we have a request post. Axios is library, object.post, post is method, it is request type post. And in parameter of that post, we have a backstick. Inside of backstick, we have a string of address, endpoint address. It is hypertext transfer protocol address. And we have string post1 that we have together because sometimes okay, we have that inside we have not variable with the dollars, but sometimes we will have variable with dollars in other features, and the combination string and the dollars variable, sometimes we need syntax with the operator plus and quote around string, no quote around variable. But now with the stick back, with that template, temporal, we can write dollar variable and the string together without any quote except this tick back around all together. And this one parameter is a go asynchron request, comma, and the second parameter is in curly brackets, object, title, and content. That object send the value. It is a value of title, and content. Value, and in response after request, this title and content would be received by mock server. Mock server and software on mock server would create ID for that and include in during including in existing actual post, add push that new post, also create ID for that post. And after that, response, if all is okay, communication and other. And in response dot data, in response, send ID title and content. ID. It means that in response, in object response, there is a properties data. In that data would be ID, title, content. If you write console console of response.data, you will see ID, title, content. And this is title content. It is what request, what go to server in request. But back in response, coming ID, title, and content. You can see that if you write console response.data. I did all that and learn about that, and I know all this story because of which you look at this video, because I explain you something what cannot possibly explain if don't learn. And now, after if you understand all and you have a patient to listen all this, you know, and after that, if you understand, you can explain also to somebody. Learning is for that. Learning is not for now to work, but for now to explain. It is big difference. And today is very important to know explain, because in a group, in some group where you would be engaged, you have always people who coming, who get out, coming in. You help one another. And the explanation, to now explain, is add value to your own environment. And of course, somebody now explain to you. Add a new post. Add new post happen after that. And you see, response data. That response data, here you can write console log response data, and you will see that it is ID, title, content. And this response data, add new post. We call add new post. Who remember what is it? It is props. What coming in add new post? It is props. Now we call it props, but that props is handle new post. It is function handle new post. Add new post is props of add form. And that value of add new post, value of that props is a reference for function handle new post. Handle new post is not here. Handle new post is in post list. And it is example where we from post, where we from child component, add form post, add post for here, we activate, we call handle new post. We call function for function of parent component. Child start function of parent component. It is from lower level start function in upper level. It is possible what you see by reference. Transfer a function to child, from parent to child, by reference. Like post and value by reference. And this reference add new this props add new post, there is a parameter response data. There is a parameters response data, and add new post response data. We must see last station. It is handled. What is add new post? Add new post is handled in post list. Before go there, after this would be handle, and would be in handle would be set post, final job with set posts, and after that and after this row we have again set is loading to false. It means flex go down, and we again can push in a button, and button submit. Set title is empty. Function set title changes title, variable title in input, changes to empty, and set content changes to in immutable way, changes in empty. There is no error, and what we see on the screen, we see again placeholder title and content, but not value, and all is okay. And we must now to see add new post, and it is post list. Go to post list, and to see add new post is handle add new post, and let's get up to see handle add new post. Because response data is ID title, what coming back, what coming in response. We send, we request title content, we response data is ID title content, and here is variable new post. Concretely, when it would be called, here is argument, it is real value ID title content, and that new post coming here. We activate set post. It is function what changes posts, our array, and create a new actual array. How create new actual array? With the old existing actual array, actual post array, copy with copy of that actual array post, and comma, and here is writing only new post, new ID title, and it is a poor function. There is nothing from outside. All is okay. We expect what we expect. We know what we expect. We expect a copy of actual post with new post, and we see it on the screen. We see it on the screen. You know what? We finished. But only I must see something in AddPostForm. Here in AddPostForm, when we click submit button, on submit here, whole handle submit, and handle submit prevent default and call post data. Call post data. It means that this handle submit we need only because of prevent default. Prevent And in that situation, it is important function like that. And we call post data after that prevent. And post data is important. Post data create all job. Asynchron, try, response, asynchron. Uh, okay. Do you know what I want to look? I want to look title content, what we send in request. It is, of course, here very clear, title and content. I explain on change, etc. It is this variable. And here it is only where it is. And we send in a request. It is not this title and content is in parameter of request and not in parameter of some other function like we see, like we maybe saw in some places. No, post, we activate post, and in that post, first time and last time, we see title and content. And the title and content always is in parameter of handle. But here, that is in a parameter of post request, and it is second parameter, and it is a parameter like in curly brackets, like object title content. Okay, we must analyze and concentrate on every moment in scripting and thinking. And here it is. Practically, post data is it is a handler, our handler, what can be in some situation calling immediately, directly. And in that handler, we have a parameter of title and content, but not parameter here in asynchron. Asynchron, here in asynchron function, but it is parameter of post request. Post request. Parameter of post request. Because here is a comma. We have asynchron request. Our project name is post1. You can create on mock server. You can create two free server in mock server, but you can use my server. But if you use this server, you look at control this server. Here it is. Here it is, this server. You will come in here. And when you download from Git repository this application, work with this application, you use my mock server. And in this mock server, you will delete my post, I delete your post, other people delete post and write their own post. And if you work in the same time, can be confusion for beginners, can thinking what happened. And because of that, it is very, very simple way to create your own mock server, mock server. And the address of this mock server is, here it is, mock Control C, and here it is. The easiest way to mock server REST API, and you create your own. But now know what you expect. You expect endpoint. I have post 1 and post 2 free and use it in my application. I won't give you my that endpoint address because that you have simplest possible context that you would not be disrupted with the create server in a moment when you learn submit of form and that process of create or read or crude that you don't need think about creation of server, but server is in application ready to use. But after some practice, you open your own server and experiment on that. Okay, we post 2. And again, submit. Now you see loading. Now you know all about features create in acronym CRUD. Take care, be patient, repeat, repeat, and repeat. And something what I maybe didn't said a lot of time, but now I try to say it in every video. Take a paper on the table. The best way for me. You can have on the table as many as you want computers, but paper and pen is leave always. Send paper, take pen, and write in video. Follow video, stop video, write syntax, write syntax by syntax, take a line between that syntax that you have like a current wire. When we click submit, wire go handle submit. Handle submit call handle add new post. Handle add new, etc., etc. Also, how data flow. Write important code and take line that code call other next code call next code, and you must write it on the paper to have a all complete picture. It is, we can call it a visual mapping in our head. But if you don't see on one 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 leaf of paper all station, all important syntax, what syntax call other syntax, what statement call another statement, what another statement call another statement, without don't see on the one screen, you never understand, you never memorize. You understand from my video step by step, but you must see complete, you can call it electro diagram, electroschemic, because in reality it is all our script finished in the machine language assembly. And the machine language means one-to-one with switches inside of processor. And really to learn, you must write diagram of these switches. Statement by statement is switches what switch to other statement, this statement, other statement, function from function. And on the one paper, one leaf, we see complete and it is understand. And that diagram you must understand. Can be shorter. Why it is long like this? Does it some station is over, etc. Thinking about this complete diagram. When I have when I read the book like very uh, fat book, and when I read that features in some application, I and where that features there is a long wire, lot of station. I I write every station I call statement function, and I write every function and write line to other function, write line other function, and sometimes I must with I must connect leaf by leaf, and in maybe 10 leaf, and give it on the floor because I have not table big as that, and that 10 leaves there is a wire what go from one leaf to other leaf, and I have all path from source to target, from source to target. And I recommend that kind of learning to you. It is very interesting because that writing station, and look at on the floor in all together, all path. It is the best point of learning. Where you look at in that path, you ask yourself, okay, that path, I do I understand it? Do I understand every station, what work every station? Uh, and what I can conclude, I can conclude that event start sometimes very long wire of very long of switches. You can call it all switches, and in reality it is switches in machine language, one to one, one to one. For example, what means one to one? If we have 64 byte, 64 bit, uh, and 64 bit, 64 bit, it means that we have 64 wire, uh, and that is it is one information, and it means 64. It means 64 wire for 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, etc. And it was 64 bits, and it means that we can have a combination of two on potential 64, etc. And it means that 64, 1010, 64 bits, and 64, 1010 means 5, for example, maybe 5 volts. It is 1, 0 is 0, and that 5 volts, and that's 0, uh, every wire of 64 bits, wire what income in producer, is connected on some switches, and will change position of that switches, depend about one or oh. And changes that switches in processor means that processor switches will change other switches, and other switches will change other switches. It is one to one. All switches can be changed by other switches. One switch can be changed with one other switch, and it is like a domino effect. You touch first domino and all domino go down, and also it is in it is processor. Every changes of input means touch in domino and domino effect changes all other switches, and it is all real event on the level of real world, real hardware switches, and you write diagram every features reading, features add new post, features update and delete, and start point always is user interface. Where start a new post? Start in this form. Writing title, writing content, and push submit. Type text in title is event. Type text is in content is event. A lot of event. Every type is, every character is event. And must be event, every event, there is event handler. It is on change. And submit is on click or form on submit. There is event on click button or form on submit. And click on submit, we start domino effect. We start our diagram on the paper, what you must write. And that diagram on the paper rests in our memory. Rest in our memory. And when we coding, what means coding? Coding means that we have a diagram in our memory. It is knowledge. Have diagram. Software is nothing than diagram of switches. Switch on, switch off. And that switches is function. It is properties. And have in head that diagram, it is excellent knowledge. You can create error in coding, in syntax, but it is nothing. It is normal. It can be type error, only type error, and it will be very simple, correct. But your knowledge of diagram is real knowledge. And when that knowledge for CRUD, create, read, update, delete, that diagram knowledge means that you can, after some experience, very fast coding CRUD application, and it means with practice and with creating your portfolio, with a lot of application with that, because CRUD is it is the maybe 90%. It is engine of application. Every application. You can go in any company and show what you know, and be included in a job, in team, and all around that context, security, design, usability, maintainability. It is big other topics what you can during your practice. During your practice. Okay, diagram first. Uh, it's all for this video. If you know somebody that need video like this, tell them. Uh, write in social network about it. Comment, like if you want, and subscribe if you need it. Subscribe to my to email also, or to email list for every new video. Because I sometimes write more video by day, but someday I jump. Okay, if you want to have immediately my video after publish, you subscribe to. You open in your browser possibility to be informed in your YouTube profile. You open possibility to be informed, not email, to be informed about new video. Every engagement means growing community around this video, and it is growing knowledge. Without community, there is no knowledge. Not enough teacher is not enough. No, not enough, not enough. And also, one student is not enough. More teachers, more students is something for learning, and that community growing, community of students, community of teachers around one topic, and it means growing our knowledge. Thank you for watching this video.